Yo, what's up? If you clicked on this video, you probably deal with procrastination in some kind of way, right? And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some things that can help you with that. And first of all, let me tell you, I'm super qualified to talk about procrastination because I've dealt with it in a bunch of different aspects of my life. So, first of all, I was a Division 1 track star, failed track star, right? I was an avid reader as a kid, and I have become fluent in another language. But at some point in time, I lost reading. I was a failed sprinter, so I stopped running. I was a mid distance runner and a sprinter, and I stopped both. And before I ever got fluent in Spanish, I dropped it the first time, mainly because of procrastination and blah, 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 right? So I figured out a way to stop procrastinating on all three of those things and get myself back to where I want it to be. So I'm just going to share my opinion on what I did and how you can do it, how you can incorporate it into your life. And if you're a real procrastinator, you're probably not going to get to the end of this video. So let me tell you right now, you need some structure and you need to make it important. Now, all I'm going to do now is just tell you how to do those things, right? So if you don't have to do something and you don't want to do it, you're not going to do it. Ew. Just straight up, you're not going to do it. We pick up our kids from school, we eat, we feed kids, we go to work, we do all this stuff because we have to. And the other cool stuff that you don't procrastinate on doing, like watching TV or whatever it might be, is because you want to do it. So these things that we don't necessarily have to do and don't necessarily want to do are somewhere in the middle of that, right? Like, I like reading, but sometimes it's challenging because of my schedule or whatever. I like learning languages, but it's a little bit challenging. And I like running. I like being a weightlifter. I like playing sports. Also challenging. So it's not necessarily something that's fun. It's something that I kind of want to do. I'll be okay if I don't. But that's where I'm at with it, right? So I have to figure out a way to make that important, right? And so the first thing that I like to do with any kind of whatever is I don't even know how to describe it. I like to force it to be important in my life. So for instance, with language, I force it to be important by making a friend that speaks that language. If you've watched my channel before, you know I have a really good friend in Colombia that doesn't really speak that much English. So I befriended him. And I said, I'm going to have to learn Spanish to talk to him, have really good conversations with him and help him with things that I want to help him with and be a part of his life. I need to learn that language. And so that's what I did. I incorporated him into my schedule. I said, I'm going to talk to you on the phone this many times a week. I could have just talked to him on the phone, but it wasn't just that. I knew I needed to do extra work outside of that for our conversations to get better. So that made it feel like something that I had to do. And it was something that I wanted to do. I like talking. I like doing stuff like this. I like helping people. I like improving myself. So I made that something that I had to do and wanted to do. I turned it into that. And I do the same thing with reading. If I just have a book and I don't put any value, I don't assign any value to it, it's super easy to procrastinate and say, I'll read it tomorrow. I'll read it next week, whatever. But like this book, my coach gave me this book, right? And it's a super good book, by the way. But I had to tell myself, I have to read this note that he wrote me in here, right? And I have to tell myself, this is important. This is important not only because it strengthens the bond between me and my coach, but it's more knowledge that's going to help me as a coach and it's going to help me as an athlete, right? That's going to improve my life. My whole life, I'm a strength coach. So if this is something that's going to improve my ability to coach, my connection with my coach, my own life as an athlete, why would I not do it? You get what I'm saying? So I don't even really need to talk about athletics. Y'all already probably know. If you don't know, I'm a full-time strength and conditioning coach, and I compete in weightlifting. So when it comes to working out, that's super easy to make important. It's like, this is my life. This is my job. I help people, blah, blah, blah. Find a way to connect the thing that you want to do in your life. Make it important, and you will not procrastinate as much. It'll still be tough, but that's why we're going to talk about structure right now, right? So I'm going to use language learning again. For language learning, when I start off, I make a schedule. Or like even now, I still talk to my friend from Colombia 3 times a week. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I talk to him at 6:00. That structure allows me to not procrastinate because it's like, this is a set time. This is what it is. I can't say like, oh, maybe we could do it next week. It's like, no, this is every week. And I pay him money to help me. So I don't want to lose my money. So again, I made it important, right? So you need some structure. Make yourself a time and stick to it. If you want to get back into reading, say Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 30 minutes, this is my reading time. Assign time or an amount of material, whatever. I'm going to read a chapter Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5:00, 30 minutes, a chapter, whatever. But you need some kind of structure, or else you're just going to keep saying tomorrow. Like, no. Make yourself a schedule. Make it important. Connect those two things. I promise you won't procrastinate as much. The other thing is, and this is small, I think if you have structure and you make it important, you're gonna be fine. But the other thing is, take out a small piece of whatever you're dreaming of doing. So even with language learning, again, people are like, I want to be fluent. I need to be able to do this and do this and do this. But it's like, no, what you should do is say, this week, I want to be able to describe everything in the kitchen. Monday, I'm going to learn how to say these things. Wednesday, I'm going to learn how to say these things. And that seems way more achievable, right? If I say I just need to learn how to say banana, apple, grape, it's cool. Now, if I say I want to be able to talk about food, what's like, what foods am I going to choose? Oh, well, restaurant foods or like jungle food or blah, blah, blah. You start thinking too much. You already spent 15 minutes thinking about it. And then you're like, you know what? Another day. Same thing with working out. If you have too much going on, you have too many workout options, too many variations, you don't have a program, it's a lot easier to not go to the gym or go to the gym and basically do nothing because paralysis by analysis, right? It's like, I don't know what to do because I'm thinking too much. So I think I covered everything. If I didn't, leave a comment and tell me something that you do that helps you not procrastinate, and we can talk about it. But thanks for watching. I'm actually about to get on live right now, so you'll probably see this video after you see me out live. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time. Peace.